Good afternoon. I know today is Labor Day and everyone's celebrating and having barbecues, but today is also a very special day in the Hebrew calendar. So we all know we're in the month of Elul, which is the last month of the year, and today is Chai Elul, the 18th of Elul. 18th is the numerical value of Chai, which means the life. And Chai Elul today, the 18th of Elul, is the day that gives vitality and infuses this month of introspection. This month when we make a calculation and we make an accounting of the year that's passed. And this month when we prepare for the higher holidays. How does it get infused with its vitality and its spirituality that it needs is on Chai Elul, today, the 18th of Elul. Today is a very special day because today is the birth of two of the greatest luminaries. The Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, who was born in Ukraine, the founder of the Hasidic movement, and the Alter Rebbe, who was the founder of the Chabad movement, his disciple, who followed and continued his way with the founding of the Chabad movement. And these two great luminaries have infused this world with that vitality, with that chai, with that life, with that meaning, giving deeper meaning to everything we do. And the Baal Shem Tov says, on this week's Torah portion, that we begin today, which is Atem Nitzavim Hayoim Kulchem. You stand today, all of you, Lefnei Hashem Alekeichem, before God, Rosheichem Shiftechem, your leaders, and also your water carriers and your wood choppers. And God says, I'm making a covenant with you today. And not just with you that stand here in front of me, but with all those souls that will ever be born. You see, the Baal Shem Tov says that the reason why we read this portion of Atem Nitzavim every year on the Shabbos before Rosh Hashanah, and every year, the Shabbos before Rosh Hashanah, we read this portion, is because Atem Nitzavim, you stand, goes on the day of Rosh Hashanah. On the day, Yom Adin, when we get judged by God on Rosh Hashanah. And that the way to have blessing and life and prosperity is through being kulchan, through being united. That when you sit in shul, it shouldn't make a difference if you're a hedge fund manager, or if you're an entrepreneur, or a venture capitalist, or if you pack bags in the supermarket, or if you're a gardener, or if you're a teacher. Each one is equal in front of God. And when we come to God with that unity, with that understanding that each one of us is endowed with a part of God in our soul, then we get blessed with a new year. And that's what the Baal Shem Tov taught us. You see, one of the greatest things that Baal Shem Tov gifted this world, which the Alter Rebbe expounded on, is the idea of Hashgacha Pratis, that everything that happens to every human being is not because it was by chance, but because it was for a purpose. Every encounter that happens upon you, every story that you witness, everything that you see is because God put that there for you, for meaning, for purpose. And it changes the whole way we view our encounters and our challenges and our struggles in the greatest way. And that's the message of Chai Elul. As we're thinking and contemplating our year past, you see, from the day of Chai Elul, there's 12 days left till the end of the year. And each day, as we say, is Yom LaChodesh. Each day is a day for introspection into one of the months of the past year. So the first day, Chai Elul, would be for Tishrei, for the first month of the year. And then tomorrow would be for Cheshvan. And then the day after, on Wednesday, would be for Kislev. And as we have that introspection, and we think about how we were last year, and we forge ahead for the year to come, we need to have purpose. We need to understand that everything, every meaning, every encounter has meaning. Every challenge and struggle is there to allow us to grow. And that's the gift that these true great luminaries, the Baal Shem Tov and the Alter Rebbe, gifted us in this world. You know, some of you have followed my trip to Israel and know that one day we drove to Be'er Sheva, which is about an hour and a half from Jerusalem, in order to be at an Ishai Riboy concert, a remarkable Israeli singer who was very popular. And we went there, and it was in the amphitheater. It was beautiful. We loved it. Last night, Ishai Riboy had another concert. He has 3 concerts every year in the month of Elul as we prepare for the high holidays. It's called Concerts of Elul, of Introspection. And he had one last night at Madison Square Gardens for 20,000 people or close to that. And I want to tell you 2 things that I saw. One that was remarkable was that the 3 train coming back from Madison Square Gardens afterwards was full of traditional, of observant, of secular Jews who were yearning to become closer to God for the holidays. And this, instead of hearing all the other songs you might usually hear, or instead of quiet, they were singing. And in the middle, I saw a clip of maybe 50, 100 people on one of the trains, and they're all singing, Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, Ein Lanu Melech. There is no king but you. I thought, all of creation, and the 3 train, and the train service. So a Jew should be able to drive and ride on the train and be able to sing on the Chai Elul, on the 18th of Elul, Avinu Malkeinu, God, our Father, our King, there is no king but you. But then I saw an interview that someone did with one of the security people at Madison Square Gardens. And the guy told him something very interesting. He said that you should know that tonight's concert was very different than all others. And the guy says, what do you mean? Elaborate. And he said like this. He said, I have to be careful what I say, but usually at a typical concert, I'm a security team. So on our radios, we hear there's a crisis here, this one's drunk, this one's fighting, this one's doing this, something went wrong, there's a brawl somewhere. It could happen 10, 15, 20 times through a concert, or many, many more. But he says tonight, there were nearly 20,000 people at this concert, and the radio didn't go off once. There was 20,000 Jews united as one, singing Avinu Malkeinu in Lana Melech Alata. There is no king but one. There's no of our Father, our King. There's no one but you. They didn't fight. They didn't argue. They didn't get drunk. They celebrated the gift of Elul that God gives us to infuse us with purpose and meaning in our life, to be able to begin a new year and find the gift of understanding that everything we do in this world is because Hashem sent us here. Have a great day. Happy Chai Elul, and see you tomorrow.